This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon Dixon.
Duffle LO to sit down, you guys, and we're still talking about the investment accounts like the Roth IRA, 401ks, and everything. Although it's not financial advice, I'm just walking you guys through some of these articles. So if it's your first time to the video, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and consider sticking around. So let me share my screen so you guys can see what it is that I'm talking about on this video. Stick around for the entire video and stick around for the whole series of videos. The first video is to max out your Roth IRA, and then let's look at this one. Big pensions are nearly 100% funded, the healthiest they've been since 2008 financial crisis. And this was published January 13th, 2022, which is 2 days ago, because today is January 15th. Strong stock returns and higher bond yields led to better pension health in 2021. The 100 largest pensions among public U.S. companies were almost 100% funded at the end of 2021, the healthiest they've been since September 2008, according to Milliman. The dynamic is similar among the Fortune 1000. A pension is fully funded when it has enough money to cover its future promises to retirees. So now that sounds good. Looks good. We got him planning for his future and all this and all that. But let's get deeper into what this is. The pension plans of the big U.S. companies haven't looked this good since before the 2008 financial crisis, and that's good news for workers and employers. Let me explain what happened in the 2008 financial crisis. Everybody that had their money in their pensions lost all their pensions. Shout out to Robert Kiyosaki. He tell you guys, where's my pension? Who stole my pension? Look at his book, and he explained that stuff to you. Or if it's not his book, it's probably somebody that he know book, and he referenced that book. In 2008, in the financial crisis, everybody that had their money in their pensions went all the way down. Now they went back up all these years later, and they looking healthy for what? Another crisis that's getting ready to hit. Just stick around, you'll see. A pension's funded status is a core gauge of its health. It's a measure of a plan assets relative to liabilities, how much money the plan needs to pay future income. Pensions less than 100% funded don't have enough money on hand to meet future obligations to retirees. The 100 largest pensions of public U.S. companies were 99.6% funded at year's end, the healthiest they've been since September 2008, according to Milliman, a consultant firm. That's up from 90.3% at the end of 2020. So as you guys can see in the previous video, they saying this is how you max out your Roth IRA. A lot of people also are maxing out their 401ks. Why? Because some companies have match, where what the match is if you put $3,000 into your Roth IRA or $6,000 into your 401k, whatever, the company matches up to a certain percentage. So they might say up to 5% of your salary, up to 10% of your salary, up to 5,000. So it doesn't matter. They just match whatever you put in. So whatever you put in, they're gonna put in too. So it's like you get double of it. That's why it's up to 99.6. The story is similar among a broader pool of big companies in the Fortune 1000. Their pensions were 96% funded on average last year, according to Willis Towers Watson, a consulting firm. Willis Towers, Chicago, Willis Tower, Willis is Tower. That's the highest level since the end of 2007 and up sharply from 88% in 2020, according to its analysis. The dynamic, largely the result of stock and bond yields, offers some relief to retirees and workers who expect to live on pension income, experts say. Now listen to this. They expecting to live on this. When they expecting to live on that, it's not guaranteed that you're going to have that pension when the time's to come to get it. As you can see in the 2008 financial crisis, a lot of people lost their money when they had it in those pensions, because with the pension, you don't have a self-directed 401k or self-directed Roth IRA. Self-directed means you're the one that's moving and selling and buying and selling and buying. You are yourself. You're using your own money and you playing in the market. With the pensions, you're putting it into an account and you just hands off and they doing it. That's what you got to understand. The pensioner will have a higher degree of comfort. There's something to back the promise, said Philip Child, retirement plan consultant at Experiential Wealth based in Cabin John, Maryland. So that's the challenges. Steady rise in lifespans and the pace of baby boomers hurtling into retirement have posed challenges for pension managers. Plans must ensure they have enough funding to pay checks to more people for a longer time. Now, if it's more people in here that's retiring, that means more money got to come out of them pensions, right? If you understand the Ponzi scheme, they pay the old investors with the new investors' money. So the people like me at my age, 33, we putting our money into the pension right now, but we're actually paying the older people that's now withdrawing money out of their pension. You got to get it. However, there are rules and mechanisms in place to protect retirees. The Pension Benefit Guarantee Corp, a federal agency, offers a financial backstop if a company can't pay promised benefits. If an employer goes bankrupt, for example. However, the PBGC caps those guarantees payments, meaning some retirees could get less than they'd expected. Right there. They telling you, we got mechanisms in place, but it's not guaranteed. Nothing is really guaranteed. You possibly can, you possibly won't, but we just saying we're going to at least give you something. You put something in, we're going to at least give you something. Many companies have shifted away from pensions toward 401k type plans, which shift the responsibility of building a nest egg to workers. Others have offloaded pension obligations to insurance companies. See, so they try and get away from it. The rapid improvement in pension funding in 2021 is largely due to the strong stock returns and higher bond yields, according to Jennifer Lewis, Senior Director of Retirement at Willis Towers Watson. Now, because they said due to strong stock returns and higher bond yields, you guys got to understand, this is when they was printing all this money. So because they was printing all this money, a lot of people was taking the money and they was putting it into the stock market, Everybody had extra money they was putting into the stock market, which made the stock market go up. So everything looking good right now. But if that changed, all this null and void, literally everything in this article gonna be null and void. The S&P 500 index was up 27% in 2021. Now, the S&P 500 usually be 3 to 7% every year. That's 27%. That's all that free printed money that people put into the market. It's third straight positive year. U.S. government bond yields in 2021 at 1.5% after starting the year below 1%. Investment grade corporate bond yields also rose. It's the free money and they all put it into the market. That's what I'm saying. They want you to keep your money in the market because that's what holds the market up as long as the money is in there. When people start pulling their money out of the market, that's when the market goes down. Same thing with banks. Everybody got $500,000 in the bank, but if everybody go get their $500,000 in the bank ain't gonna get everybody the money because why? Bank ain't got all that money. Y'all got to understand fractional lending. Bonds have done well in a low interest rate environment and stocks have done even better, Child said. This is what happens. The rebound from 2008, so they want to tell you what happened. The rebound in corporate pensions is a stark reversal from 2008 when pension funding among the Fortune 1000 fell precipitously to 77% from 107% the year prior. You see that? You see how they knocked that right off? U.S. stocks lost about 38% that year. Let me get some of that. They lost their pensions. We've certainly seen volatility in the past, and we still expect to see that volatility in the future, Lewis said of pension funding. Some pension managers have shifted into a more alternative investment like private equity and hedge funds since the financial crisis, according to the Center for Retirement Research in Boston College. You see this? Now, if you're a pension manager, why are you giving these people their money to the hedge funds? You're giving it to private equity, which means they lending out the money, and hedge funds, which is the ones that's the big stock people that's putting billions into the stock market. They taking everybody's money, put it all together and put it in the stock. And private equity is they taking the money and then they lending it to private companies and all that type of stuff. So now you taking these people hard-earned money and you doing what you want to do with it, but we giving you the money for you to manage it. And okay, I'm gonna manage it, but I'm gonna give it to somebody else for them to manage it. But you gotta pay the fees, and they gotta pay the fees of the fee. You gotta understand this stuff. They're generally riskier than traditional stocks and bonds, but may pay higher returns or offer diversification benefits, the center said. Public pensions more than doubled their allocation to alternatives from 2005 to 2015 to 24% from 9%. Given current plan health, companies may opt to shift some of their portfolios into less risky investments like bonds to lock in recent gains, Child said. So now with a bond, you basically buy a bond and end up maturing and everything. Like I said, not financial advice, but let's say you buy a $100,000 bond and they have 5% interest on that. So now you have it for 10 years. For 10 years, you're going to get $5,000. And then at the end of the maturity of the bond, you're going to get your $100,000 back. Simple as that. The improvement in big corporate plans also doesn't account for health among smaller corporate pensions and public plans for municipal workers. However, they also likely improve given similar dynamics governing those plans, Lewis said. That's the end of the article. So they're telling you guys right now, hey, look, boy, these pensions look real good. They making this article, but is they really talking to you, telling you that the pension is real good? Or is they kind of telling somebody else, like, hey, the pension's looking a little fat right now, you know? Remember 2008? Yeah, they probably gonna get ready to try to escape with something real quick, you know? That's why the rich continues to get richer, because they understand information. And that's why I said y'all not understanding a lot of these articles that I'm showing y'all. The reason why I piecing them together like that is because they speak upon each other. That's why I'm trying to show it to y'all, so y'all can understand, like, oh, wait, you went all the way over here, came over here, went that way, came back this way, but it all flows. Like, wait, that don't make no sense. Because you got to understand the language. And I just so happen to understand the language. So I'm telling you guys, like, there's nothing wrong with you investing, but you might want to invest your own money. Like, would you rather somebody else mess your money up, or would you rather mess your money up and you learn? Because if they end up messing your money up, they messed it up. They told you in the contract, hey, this ain't guaranteed. But if you mess it up, at least you learn and you get better at investing. That's what I chose to do. I chose to do a self-directed everything, so I could direct all that stuff myself, so I can learn as I go. But this is not financial advice. I'm just telling you what I do. So hopefully you guys learned some of this video. Stick around for the next video, because you won't keep going deeper, because I'm telling y'all why I'm setting this up like this, for y'all to totally understand it. So like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below. So I got to say for this video. Please prosper through adversity. Don't underestimate family, friends, lovers, enemies. Look objectively. No matter what city, state, or country is in, every hood is the same. And if nobody told you they love you today, I'm going to tell you that right now, because I love you. And that's why I bring you guys this information, because I want you guys to be aware of what's going on out here in this world. Like, it's interesting and it's crazy at the same time. But I believe that if you have more information and you're able to actually understand what's going on, you'll make better decisions. And I want everybody to make better decisions, so we become a greater country, so we get a more intelligent country, a more advanced country, rather than everybody just being consumers. So that's all I got to say.
This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon Dixon.